this computer. Hello, good morning, good morning, good morning. This is, we're going to mark this out, and it is called the cluster 3 and 4 review. All right. Back in the day, it used to be called the second 9 weeks test, but now they call it the cluster 3 and the cluster 4 test. Don't ask me why, but basically this is everything that you learned in the second 9 weeks. Okay. And you are going to take a test on this tomorrow, Wednesday. Write this down. Wednesday is your test. Wednesday. Now, this is going to be what I call a pushback test. Y'all know pushback test, right? Oh, just a second. Let me pause this. Okay, sorry about that. Miss Toller was giving us an announcement. Okay, so this is going to be what I call a pushback test, meaning after you enter it in, all in learning, I'm going to give you a Post-it that tells you every single one that you got wrong. So maybe I'm going to say you missed number 7, 8, 12, 4, 2, 7, 9. Okay. You'll be able to take that Post-it back to your desk and redo the ones you missed. Emily, it's time for you to go. I am recording this. It will be online for you to watch. Okay. All right, here we go. In 8 weeks, Bill delivered 500 newspapers. How many hundreds are there in 500? Okay, this is not difficult. If you've got 500, that is 5 times 100. So how many hundreds are in there? There are 5. Miss Ross, it can't be that easy, but it is, Jaden, but it is. The answer to that one is 5. How many hundreds are in 500? There are 5. You guys, that's so easy. It's just, it is painful. It's so easy. All right. It says there are 112 students in the 5th grade. 5/8 of the students are boys. All right. You've got to figure out 5/8 of 112. Hey, Kurtesh. So what I want you to do is I want you to write 5/8 of 112. Sid, if I see 5/8 of a whole number, what do I know I have to do? Ooh, what does the word of mean? Actually need to multiply if you're looking for a fraction of a whole number. So what I want you to do before you get started, you've got to make it so that this is 2 fractions. Put a 1 under there. And then you can multiply. So I've got to multiply 5 times 112. So I'm going to come over here. 112 times 5. 5 times 2 is 10. Leave the 0, carry the 1. 5 times 1 is 5, plus 1 more is 6. 5 times 1 is 5. So that is 560 on the top. 560. Then on the bottom, 8 times 1 is 8. Okay. Miss Ross, I don't understand what to do now. Hadassah, is that an improper fraction? Yes, it is. So let's just divide it. Okay. It's not difficult at all. So I'm going to take my little pen over here. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to take 560 and I'm going to divide it by 8. So if I've got 560 divided by 8. 8 goes into 56 7 times. Subtract and you get a 0, and then you got another 0 and you got to play with it. So what that means is that there are 70 boys in the 5th grade because 5/8 of 112 is 70. All right. Which of the following has a value of 10? If you need a little piece of paper to work these out on the side, I want you to get one. I'm going to get a little piece of paper to work these out on the side. Here's some right here. I'm going to put it on top of my desk. Wyatt, I like how you are so proactive. All right. So I'm going to come here and I'm going to start with the first one, do an order of operations. Order of operations is PEMDAS. All right, so I've got to do parentheses first, then multiplication and division, whichever comes first, and addition and subtraction, whichever one comes first. Parentheses, multiplication, division, then addition and subtraction. So let's start with the first one. I've got 5 plus 4 times 3 minus 6. All right, Wyatt, if I'm looking at this problem, what do I do first? The addition, the multiplication, or the subtraction? Very good. Do this multiplication first. Do like this. Levante, what's 4 times 3? 12. Write that down here, write 12 here, and cross off that part. And then write in the rest of the problem. 5 plus 12 minus 6. All right, now I'm going to do the addition. I've got 5 plus 12 is 17 minus 6, because I can cross that out. Then 17 minus 6 is 11. And we are looking for an answer of 10. A is not it. A is not it. All right, now B. So write B here, and let's do B. All right, I've got 5 plus 4 times 3 minus 17. All right, what do I do first, Zayden? Very good. Do whatever's in the parentheses. So do 5 plus 4 is 9. Cross that out, then fill in the rest of the problem. 9 times 3 minus 17. Malachi, what do I do next? The multiplication or the subtraction? Very good. All right. What is 9 times 7, Malachi? 9 times 3, Malachi. 27 is correct. So cross that out. 27 minus 17. Colt, what's 27 minus 17? Bing, 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 bing. We found our wiener chicken dinner. Circle B. And just remember that you're going to have to get out a little piece of paper and do it off to the side. There's no reason for you ever to miss those. But it happens all the time because kids try to slam all the work in here real little and it doesn't work out. All right, next word. All right, next one is easy. Yes, my love. Yeah, here. All right, this graph shows the number of runs scored by the Spiders in the Spiders baseball team during each month of the baseball season. So you've got April, May, June, July, August, September. Easy, okay? So what I want you to do, first thing I want you to do is I want you to label the dots, okay? So what is the value for April, Carson? Good, right? 8 over here. What is the value for May, Levante? How many runs did they score in May? Good, write that. How many runs did they score in June, Isabella? Go up to June. Very good, Bella, 16. Matthew, how many runs did they score in July? Very good, write that down. How many runs did they score in August, Adam? You're a genius, Adam. And how many in September, Janie? 10. Okay. So then it asks me, how many more runs? What'd I say? Oh, my bad. Okay, simmer down. I'm sorry. My goodness, y'all so feisty. All right. So feisty. All right. So then it says, how many more runs did the Spiders score in July than in May? Well, if I want to figure out how much chubbier I am than a Hadassah, am I going to add our weights or subtract to find the difference? You're going to subtract. So tell me Tinley, what 2 numbers do I need to subtract? Very good. Okay, I got 14 in July and 10 in May. So 14 minus 10. Levante, how many more runs did they score? 4 more. You're a genius. Write that down. Anything so far that's just blowing y'all's minds? Good, because this is not a hard test. All right. Here we go. Which symbol makes this sentence true? Use greater than, less than, or equal to. All right, I'm going to compare these two. I need to line them up, line them up, up. So line them up and fire. So put that there. What goes in the hole? Emily's not in here. Talia, what goes in the hole, the empty hole? 0. Very good. Now we're ready to compare. Do I start on the left or on the right, Isabella? Left. So this is same, wiener, wiener, chicken dinner. This one wins. Miss Ross, it can't be that easy, but it is. Okay, it says a lot of stuff in here, and I don't know that we need to know all of that, but basically what it is they astronomers are using these big telescopes to study the universe, and each telescope has a different size like opening to be able to see through the lens. Okay, so the important part you need is down here. Based on this chart, which of these telescopes has the largest opening? Okay, so I'm looking for the largest number. Okay, so guys, you can even tell which is the largest without doing anything. This is 8 2/10, 9 2/10, 10, or 8 3/10. Sam, what's the biggest one? There we go. That's not difficult. Y'all know 10 is bigger than 8, 9, and 8. Miss Ross, is it going to be that easy on the test? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Oh, do you really remember it from the pre-test? Oh, my goodness. All right. You got a good memory. All right. Carlita. Now I am going to read I have a picture in my head that Carlita makes fluffy dresses. So we're going to come up here. All right. Carlita has 1/7 of a roll of material. So this is what she has in her hand. She figures that she can make 3 dresses for her dance team out of this material. So what she's going to do is she's going to write this down. She's going to take 1/7. That's what she has. And she's going to cut it into 1, 2, 3 pieces. Do you understand? So this is 1/7 divided into 3 pieces. Now, Levante, do I need to keep, change, flip? Yes, I do. Can you please tell the people why they need to keep, change, flip? It's dividing. Okay. All right. So what you're going to do is you're going to come in here, and before you can keep, change, flip, you got to make 3 a fraction. So write a 1 underneath it. 1/7 divided by 3. Now, keep, change, flip means keep the first fraction 1/7. Change division to multiplication and flip 3/1 to 1/3. And now you can multiply. 1 times 1 is 1. 7 times 3 is 21. Your answer is there. So how much material is going to go in each dress? 1/21 of a roll. Now, so be it. There's nothing here that you do not know. You have learned it and learned it and learned it. We have been doing it in Fan 5. We have been doing it. We've been doing it for our Post-it problems. You had a whole math unit on it, the whole month of December. You should be good. All right. In the 1950s, the average cost of a car was about $1,900. Today, the price of the most expensive car is about $1,900,000. How are the 9s related? So I want you to write this down. Write down a comma with $1,000,000 in it. Then I want you to do like this, dun, 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 comma, dun, dun, dun. All right. So this is millions. This is hundred thousands. This is 10,000s. This is thousands, right? This is hundreds. This is tens. This is ones. Okay. So it's wanting to know how the nines are related. So in the first number, the 9 is in the hundreds place. Put the 9 here. In the second number, the 9 is in the hundred thousands place. So I want you to write it here. Now, how many jumps did it make? That's what you got to determine. It went from the hundreds to the thousands, from the thousands to the 10,000s, from the 10,000s to the 100,000s. So Janie, how much bigger did it get? 3 jumps is how much? Times 10, times 100, or times 1,000? It's times 1,000. 3 jumps is times 1,000 because you got 3 zeros. Another thing that you can do is this. Watch this. You can just do line up 1,900,000. Underneath it, put the other number, 1,900. And then how many more zeros are on this one? 3 more zeros means times 1,000. So this 9 is worth 900,000. This 9 is worth 900. That's 1,000 times bigger. Huckamaducky. Huckamaducky. All right, Mr. Lee is planting a garden. The garden measures 15 meters along one side. He makes a mark every 1/5 of a meter to show where the crops will be planted. What is the total number of marks? Okay, so basically what you've got here is this is one side of his garden. Okay, it is 15. So write 15 here, and this is 0. It goes from 0 to 15. And he's making a mark every 1/5 of a meter. So like he's making a mark at 1/5. He's making another mark at 2/5. So what he's literally doing is he's taking 15 and dividing it into fifths. Every time he hits a 5th, he's going to make a mark, okay? So again, we're going to keep, change, flip. I've got 15 in all, and I'm dividing it into fifths. And it is keep, change, flip because it is division. So write KCF. So you're going to put a 1 under the 15. And here we go. I'm going to keep 15, 15. I'm going to take the division. I'm going to turn it to multiplication. And then I'm going to flip 1/5 to 5/1. And then I'm going to multiply. 15 times 5 is what? 75. So 15 times 5 is 75/1, which is 75. He's going to make 75 teeny tiny marks. 75. Oh, hang on. 75. I can't really see it. I'm going to make it darker. All right, y'all cool with that? All right. I'll pause it just a second, give y'all a second to catch up. All right. Miss Lopez has driven 29,365 miles since she got her new car. Mr. Lopez has driven 22,976 miles since he got his new car. How many times greater is the 9 in this than the 9 in this? So we're going to do it the stacking up way. Jaden, what's the value of the 9 in the first number? Good, write that, 9,000. Wyatt, what's the value of the 9 in the second number? Good, 900, write that down. All right, and then just circle how many more zeros. So if there's one more zero, you know that that's 10 bigger because 10 has 1 0 on it times 10. It jumped one place value. All right. Lucy had 21 ice cream sandwiches. She wants to share them amongst herself and her 3 best friends. Wyatt, how many people is herself and her 3 best friends? That's 4 people. Highlight that. Herself and her 3 best friends is 4 people. All right. So, Levante, what am I dividing up? The sandwiches or the people? Very good. So that goes first. 21 divided between 4 people. Hadassah, go Dr. Phil on that. How do I write this as a fraction? What'd she say? How do I write 21 divided by 4 as a fraction? Dr. Phil, baby, Dr. Phil. How do I write 21 divided by 4 as a fraction? Good, 21 fourths. All right. Hadassah, is that improper? Yes, let's fix it. So you got 21 divided by 4. How many 4s are in 21? Talia. That is correct. Put your 5 up here. 5 times 4 is 20. And when you subtract, you get a 1. So you're going to start at the top. That's 5. And then go around the clock 1/4. So each kid is going to get 5 ice cream sandwiches and 1/4 of a last one. Good gracious. They're going to be having belly aches. All right. Taylor's rectangular garden is that long and that wide. What is the area? How do I find area, Sam? You got it, Sam. How do I find area every single time? What times what? What do I multiply? Okay, good. Length times width. So right, L times W, length times width. All right, here we go. So we're going to take 4 3/4 and we are going to multiply it by 3. Now, the only problem is I can't multiply that until I turn it improper. So to make this improper, I've got to do 4 times 4 is 16 plus 3 is 17. So I've got 17/4 times 3/1. Whew, we'll be glad when we get a calculator in our hand, won't we? All right, so let's do 17 times 3. 17 times 3 is 1, carry the 2. 3 times 1 is 3 plus 2 more is 5. All right, so you get 51/4. And we are just going to leave that one improper for right now. How about that? Because I think on your test, you have to type it in. And so you know you have to type in improper fractions. 50/4. Y'all cool with that? Yes, my love. Oh my gosh, this should be 19. 4 times 4 is 16, 17, 18, 19. You are so correct. Turn that into 19. Thank you for stopping me. You guys are so much smarter than I am. I'm going to come down here. I'm going to go right here. Oh, bliss. What happened to my whiteout? Somebody used it. Bliss. I blame Carson. It's usually Carson's fault. I said what I said, Carson. All right, here we go. All right, I'm gonna come in here. All right, so like we gotta do 19 times 3. So I'm gonna come over here and do 19 times 3. 3 times 9 is 27. Leave the 7, carry the 2. 3 times 1 is 3 plus 2 more is 57. All right, so now I've got 57/4. Okay, and we're just gonna leave that right there. We're not gonna worry about turning it improper and turning it into a mixed number. Because like I said, I think on your test, you have to type it in as improper. So that is 57 fourths. All right, now we're gonna take a little brain break and jump back in. All right, we are moving back into our review. Now we are on the calculator active section. Okay. So we are on the calculator active section. That means that you should get a lot of them correct. Here we go. So I'm coming here. I've got my TI 15 calculator. Everybody in the world has one of these. I have assigned one to you. It is for you to use and for you to love. So all of you should be getting a good grade on the calculator active section. Zahaya, your calculator is. All right, here we go. So we are starting in right here at a picnic. 16 people shared 4 large sandwiches equally. All right, so Talia, what is being shared? What are we dividing up? The people or the sandwiches? Very good. Put the sandwiches first. So put the 4 large sandwiches first, divided between 16 people. Okay. Now you have a calculator. Use it. 4 divided by 16. Miss Ross, that gave me a decimal. And it says I need to know about if it's a fraction. So you're going to come right here. See this button? It says FD. You're going to use the FD button and turn that into a fraction, 25 hundredths. I can simplify this. Go simp equals, and it gives me 5/20ths, but because I've got this little thing up here, I can do it again. Simp equals a fourth. So the answer is a fourth. I used my calculator to figure that out. Now, but I know there's a lot of you that don't like to use your calculator. So here's how you do it without a calculator. 4 divided by 16 is 4/16. Hadassah, is that improper? Nope. But you can simplify it. You can just divide the top and the bottom by 4, and you get, you guessed it, a fourth. Miss Ross, that's too easy. I know. I know. All right, so the biggest trick on these is please don't chop the people up with sandwiches. Don't ever put the food or the water or don't ever put the people in the front. Okay. Next one on the back, I got Bridget. Oh, Bridget, it has fruit juice. Bridget has fruit juice. And it says here that she wants it to last for 15 days. So what does she have? She has 5 liters. She wants it to last for 15 days by drinking the same amount each day. So what are you splitting up, Hadassah? The fruit juice or the days? The fruit juice. Okay, so put 5 divided by 15. Now, you can use your calculator. And if I use my calculator, I'm just going to do 5. Wait, clear it out first. 5 divided by 15 equals, I get that funky number. So I'm going to hit the FD button to turn it into a fraction. I get 1/3. Miss Ross, it can't be that easy, but it is. 5 divided by 15 is the answer is 1/3 when I type it in my calculator. I'm going to do it again so you can see. 5 divided by 15 equals that funky thing. Hit the FD button. Fraction is 1/3. So if you've got 5/15, divide the top and the bottom by 5, and you get 1/3. third. Okay, I'm typing it in for you and I'm showing you the way to just solve it. All right. Harrison can mow a half an acre every hour. How many acres does he mow after 8 hours? So he's going to do 1/2 an acre times 8 hours. All right, here we go. Let's type it in. I've got 1 numerator, 2 denominator times 8 equals 4. Miss Ross, hush. No, it isn't that easy. Yes, he can mow 4 acres in 8 hours. Miss Ross, that's so easy. Oh my goodness. I know it is. It really is. All right. Anything too hard yet? Nope. Everybody doing okay. All right. Pete's Pizza Shop. I'm zooming in. Pete's Pizza Shop is using 9 packages of pepperoni to make 40 pizzas. Each pizza is using the same amount of pepperoni. How much of each package was used on each pizza? So, Sid, am I splitting up the pepperoni or the pizzas? Good. I'm dividing up the pepperoni. Okay, because I'm splitting it between all these different pizzas. So I've got 9 packages divided between 40 pizzas. Use your calculator. Miss Ross, seriously, you are going to be able to on your test. So I've got 9 divided by 40 equals that funky thing. So hit your FB button. Oh, I definitely need to simplify that because you see how it has that thing up top? It says you can simplify it. So simp equals, keep simplifying it till that thing up there goes away. Simp equals. The answer is 9/40, which ironically is what you would get if you write this as a fraction. Miss Ross. I know, that's just Dr. Phil, isn't it? That's Dr. Phil. Because 9 divided by 40 written as a fraction is 9/40. You don't even really have to have your calculator for that one, but it's helpful. Okay, which fraction represents the area of this? I don't like how that looks like that right there. So I want you to cross it out and I want you to write it correctly. See how it's got that weird stack 2/3? Cross that out or do whatever you got to do and just make that 2/3. Okay. And we know that this is 2/3 times 5/6. So let's write it down. 2/3 is being multiplied. 2/3 is this way and 5/6 is this way. So 2/3 times 5/6 will give you 2 times 5 is 10. 3 times 6 is 18. It'll give you 10 out of 18. And you know that this part right here, there are 10 of them out of, this is 10 out of 18 in all. That kind of makes sense. It's no, see, this is 10 out of 18 when you multiply 2/3 times 5/6. All right, next one. This is so easy with my calculator. A cooking teacher divides 8 pounds evenly between all of her students. Each student gets 1/4 pounds of flour. So you are taking your 8 pounds and you are dividing it into fourths. Use your calculator. Here I go. Tell me what to type in, Malachi. Good. 8 divided by 1 numerator, 4 denominator equals. Boom. The answer is 32. Says how many students are in the class? There are 32. And Sam, since I got a whole number, that makes sense, doesn't it? Because if I got 32 1/3, what in the world, who walks in there? Did any of y'all come in 1/3 of a person today? No. It's not like I can just rip off Adam's arms and legs and send a third of them to the class. If it says how many students, that is a whole number. You need a whole number. All right, here we go. What is the value of this expression? All right, looking at it. Jaden, when I have a 4 slammed up next to a parentheses, what does it mean to do? Woo, there it is. All right, so when you have a 4 right up next to a parentheses, it means multiply. So I want you to write this and put the multiply in. 4 times 8 minus 6 plus 8 divided by 2. All right, here we go. What do I do first, Liam? Very good. Do the parentheses. Liam, what's 8 minus 6? Good. Mark that out. Put 2 and then write in the rest of the problem. 4 times 2 plus 8 divided by 2. All right, what comes next, Adam? You are a genius. He says, do the 4 times 2, so I'm going to. 4 times 2 is 8. Then I'm going to cross that out and write in the rest of the problem. 8 plus 8 divided by 2. Liam, what comes next? Addition or division? Division. 8 divided by 2 is 4. Cross that out and write in the rest of the problem. 8 plus 4. The answer to your problem is 12. How y'all feeling about that? Good, not so bad. We just got a few left. Here we go. Look at this expression. Which steps could be used to solve the problem? All right, somebody beside Lamonte. I know he's tired of me calling on him for this. Matthew, this is division with fractions. What do I do? Keep, change, flip. KCF. Write it down. But before I can keep, change, flip it, I got to make it 2 fractions. So put a 1 under the 6. And here we go. I'm going to keep the first fraction. Actually, here. Come here, type it in. 1/8 divided by 6. Here we go. 1 numerator. 8 denominator. Divided by 6. Boom. 1/48. Because I keep, I change, I flip that over, and I get 1/48. But I can use my calculator. And if you guys can use your calculator, you should get at least a 50 on here, right? Good. You should get at least a 50 on the test because your calculator does have to work. All right, here we go. This was from our place value test yesterday. Which number has a 2 in a position where it represents 10 times as much as the 2 in this number? Highlight the 2 in this number. All right, 2 in that number. All right, what's that 2 worth, Tinley? 20. What's 10 times more than 20, Tinley? Okay, 200. So I'm looking for the number that has a 2 in the hundreds place. Which one has a 2 in the hundreds place? Zahaya. A, B, C, or D? Which one has a 2 in the hundreds place? In the hundreds, baby. Very good. A. All right. 2 in the hundreds. It is right there. Awesome. Moving on down. All right. Believe it or not, this super simple one that I'm about to show you, this is the, put a star on it. This is the one that is most missed on this test. Because it says which number has the greatest value. Kids see this and they automatically just circle the thousandths place. They're like, "Ooh, that's huge," but it's not. So what we're going to do is we're going to write down these 4 numbers. All right, first write 3/10. There's 3/10. Then you're going to write right underneath it, you're going to write 5/100. You're going to put a 5 in the hundredths place. Then under that, you're going to write 51/100. So I got 51 hundredths. And then under that, I'm going to write 136 thousandths. 136 thousandths. Now in all the holes, I'm going to put zeros. 0, 0, 0, 0. And now I can compare going from the left to the right. Same, 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 same. Wiener, wiener, chicken dinner. Okay, you cannot just guess. You got to write something down. All right. It says the graph shows Elizabeth's speed during a 55-mile run, during which interval. Okay, so that means like what section of time did her speed decrease the most? All right, label my times. Okay, so label my dots. Okay, draw your dots in here. Okay, I'm gonna come in here and I'm gonna draw these dots. These are intervals of time. All right. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna label them. After 5 minutes, it's 4. After 10 minutes, it's still 4. After 15 minutes, she's at 6 miles an hour. After 25 minutes, she's at 6 miles an hour, and she slows down a little bit. Maybe she got tired. Then she really kicks it into gear and she runs 8, 8, and then she slows way down to 0. Okay. So guys, when it says where did it decrease the most, guys, where do you see the fall off the cliff drop? Where do you see the fall off the cliff drop, Zayden? Very good. Highlight this section right here. This is your biggest decrease. She just stops, right? She was going 8 miles an hour and then she slows down to nothing. This is a -8 interval. So this is, so it's from 50 to 55, is it minutes? Yeah. So from here to here, that is where she ran and she stopped running. Okay. It slowed down the most. All right. Really quickly, write the number 200,805 and 2/10. Here we go. 200,000. 805. Write that. 805. And 2 in the 10th place. Boom. Not so bad. All right, last one. It says on Monday, Gabriella ran 5 kilometers in that many minutes. And Wednesday, she ran 5 kilometers in that many minutes. Guys, which is her faster time? The 21 or the 19? 19 is faster because she's racing, right? So write 19 and 42. That's the faster time. And it says what digit is in the 10th place? Malachi, what digit is in the 10th place of 19 and 42 hundredths? Very good. There it is. And you are done. Nothing difficult on this. You can do it.